I did my persuasive speech on school lunches being free. Families struggle and go through hard times every day. These hard times are especially rough on the children in this situation. Being a child in a poverty stricken situation is a tough burden for a young child to carry, and it's even harder when you have to go to school every morning and see kids that have more than you. Although all through the day you face insecurities that come with your situation. You have to wonder where your next meal is coming from. And if you are a child and you go to school every day, you shouldn't have to wonder where your next meal is coming from. You should be able to get a free school lunch if you go to school every day, and if you participate in school, you should be able to eat lunch for free. School lunch should be free because children in poverty can't always afford to pay. No child should be asked to learn all day and not be fed. And also, school lunch should be free because turning away a child from eating could affect them mentally. If you are a poverty-stricken child, you shouldn't have to worry about your school lunch. You should just be able to come to school, get your lesson, and have a free meal waiting on you. And it sucks that we have children who go through a lot at home, then have to come to school and go through a lot and can't even eat sometimes. According to the NCCP, 21% of children live in families that fall below the poverty threshold. Their parents work, they just don't make enough to make ends meet. According to the Child Trend, in 2017, slightly less than 1 in every 5 children lived in families with incomes below the federal poverty line. This is the lowest level since the Great Recession, which was in 2007, and it lasted through 2009. Why should a child be asked to lock in and focus all day and not be compensated with a hot meal? I think that is complete BS that we have children who come from bad situations and poverty-stricken households that are brilliant in the classroom and can't get a hot meal. I think that that's just an abomination, and I think that it needs to be fixed because it's not fair. It's just not fair that you have kids who are silver spoon fed and get everything they want and don't have to do anything, and then you have a child who has went through hell and go through hell every day and they can't even get a hot meal. I just think that's BS, and this is a topic that I feel strongly about because I come from poverty and I know exactly how children feel. So this is a heavy subject for me. If a child is present at school, he or she should receive free lunch, period. If a child comes to school every day and is ready to work, there's no reason why they should have to pay for lunch. I just think that the schools know the child's situation, so they shouldn't have to pay. According to suicideinfo.com, every year 12,000 children aged 5 to 14 years old commit suicide or are admitted to a psychotic hospital unit for suicidal behavior. This is, in my opinion, I think this is a direct correlation between the poverty and I think that there's a direct correlation, between the poverty and the suicide rate and the suicide attempt rate, because these kids go through a lot and sometimes they feel like they don't have anyone to turn to, anyone to talk to. ChildrenIncorporated.com reports that 72 million children there are 72 million children in the U.S. 41% of them suffer in poverty. They don't have the bare necessities, let alone lunch money. So it's a huge problem. 41% of 72 million is a big number. So this is a huge problem that is facing the U.S. and I don't think that they get enough attention. In conclusion, school lunches should be provided to low-income kids because turning away children from eating could mess with them mentally. No child should be asked to learn all day without being fed, and also, if a child can't afford school lunch, then we shouldn't hold that against them because it's not their fault. This is a situation or issue that needs to be attacked quickly because I don't think that no child should pay for anything that their parents did because the children didn't ask to be here, and it's not fair to them. So all kids deserve free lunches, and we need to work on that as a nation fast.